Welcome back to Charlie's Kitchen. So you can hear that little sizzle that's going on. So I just added to my pan my Smart Balance butter, and let me turn this fire down a little bit. And I also added my Iberia oil. It's sunflower oil and extra virgin olive oil. So I mix the two whenever I'm sauteing something. So I have my I have my onions chopped up. So I'm going to start first with my onions that I have here chopped up. And I'm still chopping up my bell pepper, as you saw me do in the previous video. So I'm finishing up the bell pepper, but all of the onions are chopped up. And just so you know, I used 4 onions because these were a little smaller. Got to give my hands a wash. So I used 4 of the onions. Because you can't have a Philly cheesesteak without onions. So that was black pepper that you just saw me put on there. And now I'm putting a little bit of garlic salt. Okay? Because any vegetables that I cook, I always season them up. You know, so you can bring all of those flavors out. So I'm just giving my onions a toss. And I'm going to go ahead and continue chopping up my bell pepper, okay? And once my onions are finished, then I'll get my bell pepper in there so that they can saute as well. I mean, I can just put them all together, right? But sometimes with the red bell pepper, you get a bit of that dye running in from the red. And I don't want my onions to be that same color. So that's why I'm doing them separately. Now, if you want to mix everything together, you could do that. I'm choosing not to, okay? That's the great thing about cooking, is that you can make your adjustments, right? And change up your recipe however you want to. And that's what I'm going to do. I got one more half of the orange bell pepper to chop up. And that's it. So while this is finishing cooking, I'm going to take you through some of the things that I plan on using for my steak sandwiches, okay? So we can move that out of the way. We're finished with that container. So this is the bread that I'm going to use today. And you see those rolls? They're so soft. So this is the bread that I normally use whenever I make hoagies, okay? So by Francisco International French 12 sandwich rolls. And you could get this at Smart & Final. That's where I get it from. All those onions are smelling amazing. And I'm going to also use on my sandwiches provolone, okay? And I got this at Target, the classic provolone. And I decided to go with provolone. Last time I used Swiss, right? But what I like about provolone is even when I get it shredded, when I make my homemade pizzas, I like the cheese how it pulls. You know, it melts so perfectly. So I said I'm going to do the slices this time on my hoagie. So, you know, again, with your recipes, you can adjust them how you want. And that's what I plan on doing today. So I'm excited about it, you know. I have been doing my lunch plates now, I believe it's like 2 or 3 months. And I've been getting some great reviews from everyone. Everyone is loving my food, so that definitely makes me feel great, you know. And these onions are smelling amazing. I'm sorry I can't concentrate because they're smelling so good. Look at that. Look at that. That's one of the things that I love about Thanksgiving, when Thanksgiving comes up, is whenever I'm making my dressing, my homemade dressing, I always do like the bell peppers, the onions, and then also the celery that I saute to put in my dressing. And I just love that smell. This is actually the pre-Thanksgiving smell. I just love it. Just love it. You know, this is my joy. Cooking is my joy. And if you find that cooking is your joy, you got to do it more often. You know, there's so much going on in this world, and we got to get our joys where we can get them from. And, you know, cooking gives you that. It's that balancing act to everything else that's fast-paced and going on in the world, right? So anyway, I'm going to continue to finish up on my onions, and then I'm going to get my bell pepper in my frying pan, and I'll probably come back and show you guys everything as I'm progressing on, okay? So from my kitchen to yours, until next time, bye-bye.